You know, there's very few mascots in all of college football that are more ridiculous and honestly just plain out stupid than Ohio State, the Buckeyes. A nut so poisonous that raccoons and homeless people won't even eat it. And there's a misconception out there. Now, Ohio State fans are going to say, everybody knows what a Buckeye is. No, they don't. No, because first of all, because no one gives a fuck. That's number one. So I'm going to educate those of you who don't know. But so a Buckeye is actually a tree. So you're basically the Stanford of the Big Ten as far as that goes. The only difference is Stanford actually has a tree running around on the sideline, which makes no sense because they're the Cardinals, which is a bird. But anyway, I'm getting off the point here. The point is Ohio State's mascot is completely ridiculous. Now, contrary to popular belief, Ohio State's mascot is not one of the Teletubbies wearing a hockey puck on his head. I know that's what a lot of people think because that's the groomer they have running around on the sideline. I don't even know what well, first, let's just get off of that. So people see that, okay, you're the Ohio State Buckeyes. Then they see that Teletubby with the hockey puck on his head running around the sideline, and they just, okay, whatever. So no, people don't know. But a Buckeye is a tree. The Buckeye tree produces a nut, which really isn't even a nut. Really, it's more like a seed. Anyway, if you eat the damn thing, it's poisonous and toxic to pretty much every living thing on earth. Like I said, including raccoons and homeless people. A homeless man would rather starve to death on the side of the road than he would to eat a bucknut. Just facts and reality, and that's your state tree. Okay, great. A poisonous tree. You decided to adopt it as your mascot, Teletubby with a hockey puck on his head running around the sideline. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Now, if you happen to see a Buckeye on the ground somewhere, whatever you do, don't eat it. Here's some of the symptoms. And no, I'm not making this up. If I can remember, I'll put the symptoms up on the screen from WebMD for you to see. But if you eat a bucknut, would you be at all surprised to know that some of the symptoms are weakness, dizziness, tiredness? You can't make this shit up, man. Weakness, dizziness, tiredness, vomit, and yes, diarrhea. Diarrhea. No shock to me. Ohio State's football team has been sucking these things down like Tic Tacs every single time they play a big game, don't they? When they shit all over the field. That's what Ohio State does in big games. Ohio State eats bucknuts before every big game and then diarrhea's all over the field and calls it a day. They can't win a game. The worst mascot, a poisonous nut. No, raccoons won't eat it. Homeless people. I think squirrels are the only thing that will actually try to eat a bucknut. It's just a ridiculous mascot. It's just ridiculous. It looks like a Teletubby with a hockey puck on his head, like I said. And I don't understand these teams who are named one thing, but then the mascot is something else. The Buckeye is a tree. But somehow Stanford stole your mascot. The tree is running around on Stanford's sideline. A bucknut is running around on the Ohio State sideline, which looks like a Teletubby with a hockey puck for a head. It's just a ridiculous mascot. But that's par for the course when it comes to Ohio State, because pretty much everything about Ohio State is ridiculous. I've been there. It's not a great campus. It looks like an industrial zone. There's like power plants, coal plants with these huge stacks, chimney stacks in the middle of campus. I mean, right next to the stadium, basically. There's like coal power plants. I don't know. Breathing that stuff in's got to be affecting y'all mentally, which would explain a lot of the dumb shit y'all spend your time saying online when it comes to Ohio State football. Eating a bucknut's got to cause softness, too. I don't know if I saw that in the list of symptoms from eating a bucknut, but tiredness, dizziness, laziness, of course, the vomiting and the diarrhea, which is what they do every time they play a football game. It's just a sad state of affairs for Ohio State. You know, they cried themselves to sleep for a week after getting absolutely humiliated for the second year in a row by Michigan. They wake up out of whatever coma they were in, some kind of self-induced, self-depression coma that they were in for a week, to find out the good news that they backdoored into the playoffs, only to find out the bad news they had to play me and the Georgia Bulldogs. And yeah, that's horrible news for the Ohio State Buckeye football team and for the Ohio State fans, because there's, still 3.5 weeks to go between the time Georgia and Ohio State actually play. Do you have any idea how bad I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you for the next 3.5 weeks? And then you got to spend the next 8 months listening to me and other Georgia fans brag about beating your dick into the dirt for 4 quarters in the Peach Bowl. We already know what the excuses will be for Ohio State after they lose, so there's no need to get in that. Well, we had to play them in Atlanta. If they'd have come up here and play in the cold. The only team in the country that can't play in the fucking cold is Ohio State. I swear to God, man, fucking suck nuts.